I swear it's hard to keep this feeling to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher got my rocket down. Fuck gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, holding everything. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you. Hello. Yeah. Hey everybody. Anybody there? I feel about you. You wish you were. We don't really want to. I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. You. I don't wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around. Hey everybody, how are you? How are you? It's me, Dr. Naita, and it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm just chilling. I'm chilling with a little bit of Sabrina Claudio, and we just in the house vibing. But I wanted to jump on for a few minutes and talk about a couple things. So, I started my stream called Educational Moments with Dr. Naita. But now I'm starting something else, because what I find is that a lot of people are sending me, questions, and just a host of questions about me as an individual, as a person, and then as far as me as a professional as well. So I wanted to just kind of just jump on and call this segment like 20 questions with Dr. Naita. And, we just open up and talk about almost anything, just about anything. And just talk about my journey some. I won't be long. We're just going to hit a couple questions tonight. And I want to also give a little bit of an encouraging word, because the bottom line is that, that we are living in still in a pandemic. And, a lot of people are kind of stuck and not moving forward with their goals. So I wanted to just make sure that I gave an encouraging word today, saying, sharing some strategies on how to move forward despite the pandemic. But to start, we'll go ahead and start with some questions. So I put a filler out there and I asked people to send me some questions that you want to know about me. So they did, and my team told me that, I don't know if you can see all of these, but it's a lot of questions in here. It's almost like 60 questions in here. And from what I understand, all the white slips of paper are questions about my career and educational journey. And then all the colored papers are personal questions. So we're going to see. So I'm going to start with just a couple of the orange ones. And it seems like these right here are the most common questions that I receive in my inbox. So let me see. I just had a comment come in. So the question is, this is the number one question that I get in my inbox from all kinds of people. And it says, are you married? And that answer is simple. No, I'm not married. I'm not married. I have been married, but I am not married. So then that leads to the next question. It said, would you marry again, or are you open to marrying again? And I would like to just put a disclaimer out there that I think marriage is a beautiful and a wonderful institution designed by God. It is needed in the community. It is needed within the African American community. Marriage is a wonderful thing. And I have so many friends that are happily married who I absolutely admire. There's Nick and Terry. I think they're celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary today. Go, Nick and Terry. Congratulations. God bless. Then there's Sheila and Lee. And I think they're celebrating 22 years. Yes. Cheers. Bravo to them. I have one of my young students. he and his wife, Adam and his wife, are celebrating 3 years and the arrival of a new baby. She'll be here any day now. So, I mean, I think marriage is a wonderful thing. I've been around a lot of strong marriages. My godparents, my mom and my stepmom and my dad. And, you know, I've just been around so many strong and beautiful marriages. And I think marriage is a wonderful thing. Now, the question was, am I open to it? Well, you know, I'm not opposed to it, but it's not something I sit up and think about. When it comes to marriage, you know, I think about it probably as often as I think about sticking hot needles in my eyes. So I would say that, you know, yeah, I'm open to it, but it's not something that, you know, is I'm looking forward to or making plans towards moving towards that institution anytime soon. So the next question is, no, really, are you married? No, 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 I'm not married. Am I looking to get married? No, not at this time. So I hope that kind of resolves that question. But I have a funny feeling it raises a bunch of other questions, but I guess we'll see. So let's go into the little thingy here and see what's next. So I'm going to grab another one and let's see what it says. Okay, it says, what are you most afraid of? What am I most afraid of? Aside from like snakes and, you know, alligators, you know, things that can be seen in Florida. Probably the thing I'm most afraid of is just losing myself and just getting so caught up in helping others or just losing balance and losing touch with myself. I think that is a big concern of mine. So I do work hard or work diligently to maintain some type of balance in my life so that I'm not completely out of balance, be so education minded or so spiritually minded or so people minded that I'm no good to anybody. I'm no good to myself. So I think, you know, losing myself in of trying to accomplish goals or things like that. I think that's probably the thing that concerns or scares me the most. So if I'm going to, you know, say that I'm scared about something. But other than that, I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes. So other than that, I really can't really think of anything. I'm trying to see on here, do I have any comments coming? So I don't see any comments at this time. So it says, what lessons did you learn from being married to being a single parent? Again, I think it has to do with balance, because when you become a single parent or when you're a single parent and the majority of the responsibility falls on you, you have to be able to not only, you know, carry the weight of everything, but you have to be able to take care of yourself in the midst of it. And it's so easy to get so consumed with taking care of your kids, taking care of their needs, running around with them, that you don't take care of yourself. You don't do your annual checkups. You don't go to the dentist. You don't go to the gynecologist. You don't, you know, you just don't follow suit. You don't take care of yourself. You don't buy yourself anything nice. You don't take time to just spend time with your friends because you're so caught up in the day-to-day task of taking care of your kids. So I think that moving from married to single, I think it was just really important that I learned that I had to take care of myself, because if there is no me, then it's not getting done, period, with the T at the end. So just remembering to take care of myself. Again, I think that was the biggest lesson. And then also learning that everything needed a plan, where, I mean, I don't know, maybe you have to do a lot of planning in marriages. I can't speak from that, you know, platform. I spend a lot more time single than I did married. But you definitely, as a single person, you have to plan out everything, and you have to consider, okay, well, what if something happens to me? What if something happens to me? So you know what? Let's go back to what's my greatest fear. My greatest fear is to leave my child unprepared. That's probably my greatest fear, is to leave my child unprepared. And so I, from the time that she was a little thing, she was sorting her own laundry. She was able to, make her own bed, clean up behind herself, fix your own plate, do your own homework, set your own clock, things like that. Just being able, leaving her unprepared, because anything can happen to us as parents, and just leaving my child unprepared. That was probably my greatest fear. And not just the balance, but also, just leaving kids unprepared. I think that's unfair. I think it's unnatural. And it's just not fair. There are things that we can do to better prepare them. So again, like going from married to single, the greatest lesson I learned is that you have to make plans. And in those plans, you must learn to take care of yourself. All right, last question. Another colored one. Let's see. And this one said, oh, Lord. Woohoo! I'm getting ready to lose some people tonight. It says, would you date or get into a serious relationship outside of your race? Unequivocally, yes. Period. Do I need to explain? Because I can just put that down. Yeah, I don't have those barriers. That's not an issue with me. So hope that answered that question. But yeah, that's not an issue for me. So let's pull one from the academic or the career side. So it said, oh, brother, was it difficult getting your PhD as a single mother? What? Yes, it was. It was crazy difficult. And it took several years. I did 4 years of coursework, taking classes, going away every quarter to, on those weekend sabbaticals that you have to go on. 4 years. And then after that, it took another 2 years to to research my dissertation. My dissertation should not have taken 2 years. And that's, the actual research and the writing of your book, of your study. But it took 2 years because I decided I was trying to find new information. I wanted to build new data. So it meant that the data that I needed to look at or to study did not exist. So I had to work with the state of Florida DOE. And then I had to work with a couple major universities to get them to extract the data that I needed from their databases to conduct my study, my research. And that alone took 9 months. Once I finally received the data, I was then able to do my statistical analysis and then actually start the writing and the interviewing of individuals that I needed to interview for my study. So talking about a 6-year period, and that was it's a long time. It's a very long time. And during that time, I had to work full time. My daughter at that time was in gymnastics. And she went to gymnastics 4 days a week, 4 hours a day. So I would literally not take a lunch from work all day long until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then at 3 o'clock, I would jump in my car, drive to the other side of town, from the west side to the south side, so that I could pick her up from pick her up from school. She would change clothes in the car. She would duck down, change clothes in the car. We'd eat while I'm driving. We'd get to gymnastics. I'd drop her off. Then I'd go back to work. I'd work for a few more hours until we closed. And then some nights I had to teach because I taught at the college part-time because somebody had to pay for the gymnastics lessons. And then after class, I would go pick her up from gymnastics and we'd drive home, and we'd get home probably 8:45. At that point, she'd go get her shower. I'd finish cooking. usually the vegetables, because I did all of my meat cooking on the weekends. And then she'd sit down and do her homework. I do homework. She'd go to bed somewhere between 11 and 12:30 when she was in middle school, because she was in one of those academically advanced programs. And then I would be up, doing my research and studying. And then we started all over again. So you think, okay, well, good. You got a chance to rest on the weekend. Well, not so much, especially not in the fall, because in the fall, the boys, I had two boys that were playing D1 football, one at the University of Arkansas, another one at Vanderbilt. So if there was a game within a 5 to 6 hour drive radius, we would go. So the weekends we were on the road. That didn't change in the spring, because in the spring it was gymnastics season. So then we were competing, and we were driving up and down the state of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, attending gymnastics meets. So it was crazy. We did this for years. She was in gymnastics for 5 years, So it was hard. It was hard. Yes. Anybody want to know, is it doable? Absolutely. It can be done. It took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of heartache. And when I say sacrifice, for me, I sacrificed my social life. During that 5-year period, I didn't have time, and I wasn't trying to bring someone into my life and knowing that he wasn't going to get any attention, none whatsoever. So it was no reason to even try to bring him into my life. So for me, just maintaining my health, continuing to go to work out, and then study and do what we had to do. Because even in the midst of all that, I was still actively engaged in ministry. So it was crazy during that time. I think back on it now, and I'm like, oh my God, I was going like crazy, like a mad woman. But it can be done. So to all the women that are out there who are working hard, and you're studying, and you are trying to accomplish your academic goals as well as your career goals while maintaining your families. I know it's hard, but you can do it. And it just takes a plan. It takes a plan. It takes organization, and it takes your commitment to not letting people derail you. Because people will try to. People will call you after, late at night. People will call you to get you caught up in their drama and all that stuff. And for me, I'm a no drama kind of person. I'm not one who's going to go argue and go back and forth with you and all that stuff. And then I'm not one who's going to, with my friends, how you have your different friends that you call on for different things. Well, my friends don't call me to cry. That's just, I don't know what to say. I'm like, ooh, that hurts. Yeah. Ooh, I'm mad with you, but what we going to do? I'm the friend that has, the action. So I'll be like, look, okay, well, you can cry about this tonight and call me in the morning. Let's make a plan, cause that's my role in the friendship. But to sit up and get some tissue and we cry together, I'm not that girl. So, but we need to pack up. We need to, make a plan. We need to do something. I'm your girl. I'm your girl. So that's kind of it. So was it difficult? Yep, absolutely. So kind of recap. Am I married? No. Am I open to marriage? Yeah. Okay. What else? What was the other question? Was it hard getting the PhD and being a single parent? Without a doubt. So, and in the midst of all of that, there are fundraisers that had to be made. And I think that one of the best strategies that any single parent can have is to make sure that you have a network or support group. You have other friends that have, your similar experiences, your single parents or whatever, and maybe go all your kids are in elementary school or middle school or high school, something like that. But having that support group, that network, I think that is just vital. It's vital, and it doesn't even have to be single friends. It could be anyone. I had I have such a network of support, and I am just like eternally grateful. I remember back during the times when I used to have to, do a lot of fundraising for gymnastics, because gymnastics is probably the most expensive sport to be a part of. Gymnastics, dance, tennis, those are extremely expensive sports to be a part of. And when it came time to pay for all of the competition fees up front, you do that. It seemed like we did that in like January and February and what have you. I would have one fundraiser every year, just one. I did one fundraiser every single year. And, in that way, and it was a big fundraiser for us. And this way, I didn't have to keep going to people and asking them, can I get $5? Can you do $5? Can you buy a raffle ticket? Can you do this? I didn't do all of that. I actually did one Krispy Kreme donut sale every year. But the difference was I would solicit a few of my friends to each commit to selling donuts at their jobs or, amongst their friends. And, and I would do the fundraiser for 1 week. I'd give myself 1 week. If everybody 1 week, pre-sale as many donuts as you can. And then I would go like on that Friday, I'd be at Krispy Kreme at like 5:45 in the morning, and I would get hundreds of boxes of donuts, hundreds. And they would be in my trunk, in my back seat, on the floor, in the passenger seat, on the floor in the front, probably on the roof. No, I didn't put them on the roof. But then I would go and drop them up. I would make thousands of dollars. And it would be enough to cover all of her competition and travel fees for the season. So, but it was because I had that network of friends. So I think, again, it's so important that as a single parent, that especially if you are, single and your students are involved in activities and you're trying to still maintain and pursue your own goals, you have to have that support. You have to have a network of other people. It doesn't even have to be, because it's a lot of single dads who are the full-time parent now. So just support. And it can be other married people as well. Anybody who's going to be a part of your team, So I think that's vitally important. But hey, that's it. I don't want to drag that out. I do want to talk a little bit tonight about moving forward despite the pandemic. Okay. And I hear a lot of people, and I even heard a preacher say this morning how he was saying so many people are saying, oh, I can't wait to 2021. I can't wait to 2021 and stuff. But we're still in 2020 and we still have time. We still have time to accomplish those goals that we said we were going to accomplish. Now, I know there has been some financial setback for some people, but for some people, there has not been a financial setback. It has been an inconvenience. It has been, maybe you didn't get as much money, but those are just obstacles. Those are not reasons not to continue to pursue your goals. So I would say that, moving forward and continuing to move forward through the pandemic is don't let the obstacles stop your goals. We can't let them stop them. It's just like, in track and field. It happens that my daughter is a hurdler. You have to jump over those hurdles. And she's short. She was a gymnast. She's short. And those hurdles come well up past her waist. Okay. And she gets up high and gets over them. And so whatever you have to do to get over the hurdle, you have to get over the hurdle. And that's what COVID has been. COVID has been a hurdle. It can, but either you can go around it, you can go over it, you can go under it, but we have to refuse to allow it to just stop us. Even in a race, in a hurdle event, you see people, they may clip the hurdle. They may even get hurt going over the hurdle, but they keep going. They pursue, they go past that hurdle. And that's what we have to do with COVID. We have to continue. We have to put it in our mind that I refuse to allow COVID. I refuse to let this pandemic. Now, I'm not talking about if you have been sick. I'm not talking about those, I'm talking about, you have a goal. I mean, look at the people who had goals to lose weight this year. And then all they did was they worked from home, and then they chose the food that they ate. They chose not to get up and walk around and walk their neighborhoods and stuff. And then they start, gaining all this weight, or vice versa. Whatever it is, whatever the goal was that you set, and then you chose not to allow it, that was not COVID. That was your choice. That was your choice. It was not the pandemic. Now, of course, there are some people who have lost their jobs, and I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those who continue to work and continue to, maintain your household, continue to have income coming in, but yet and still, we did not continue to pursue our goals. We have time. You still have time to get back in school. You still have time to pursue your goals. You just may have to do it creatively. You may not be able to take 4 classes this semester. You might only need to take 2. But whatever it is, keep pursuing your goals. Don't stop. Don't stop. Another big thing, be creative. Think outside of the box. Think outside of the box. I had just signed, oh my God, in March, I had just signed to speak at this state convention down in South Florida. And then that invitation then started opening the doors for other universities for me to speak at. And I mean, my calendar was filling up, and I was just getting excited because I was getting ready to get into these colleges and universities and just start sharing information with young people. And then COVID, and it was a bummer. It was heartbreaking. It was disappointing, and so I had to start becoming creative, and I had to start transitioning some of this information to an online format, start delivering content virtually, creating a stream, we have to be creative. And if you're sitting there and you can't think of anything, you absolutely cannot come up with any ideas, new ideas, or ways to generate income, then pray about it. Pray about it. The God of all creation has every ability, every capability of giving you an idea to have new streams of income. He has the ability to download into your head, into your spirit, ideas and new concepts and new products that will help you be a blessing to someone else and generate income for yourself. All we have to do is pray about it. Sit quietly, think about it, think outside the box. We have to just keep trying to be creative and think outside that box. We're living in an interesting time right now, very interesting time. And the services that we have provided for one another in the past are going to be a little bit different now, but that's okay. We can still meet each other's need and meet each other's financial goals. So with that being said, we have to refuse to allow this situation, this pandemic, to keep us from accomplishing our goals. We have to stay focused. We have to stay ready. And we have to be willing to be flexible, to learn new skills and do things differently so that we can continue to move forward. So that's all I have today. And this coming Thursday at 8:30, please join me on right here, this same channel. And our topic, I have a special topic. I'll be posting it tomorrow. I'll post a new flyer tomorrow. But Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will have educational moments with Dr. Naita, and I will bring in some special guests. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm just waiting for one more person to confirm. And once they confirm, I'll put up my new flyer. But that's this Thursday. Come on now, say it with me. Thursday, I think that's the 10th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the last thing that I want to say is that I am so excited. I am finally getting back on the college circuit. Finally, since like last February. So I will start. I have 6 virtual workshops coming up at colleges here in the state of Florida. So I'm excited. And then in October, I'm trying to filter in some dates for October, but I have 6 scheduled. 6, somebody say it with me, 6 opportunities to get in the front of young people and share some important strategies that will help them succeed. In addition to that, I really want to be able to provide these students with copies of my book. So if you would, I created a platform wherein you can partner with me, and it would be so awesome if you did, whether you can, partner with me monthly for $10 a month or $21 a month will make sure that I have 3 books that we can give to students each month. And at no charge. We won't be charging kids anything for this book. The name of my book is is A Way Out, 10 Characteristics of Highly Successful Teens. I can't believe I don't have a copy with me right this second, but it's A Way Out, 10 Characteristics of Highly Successful Teens. And I am working, I'm busy trying to finish my next one, which is the spinoff from the first one. But this second book focuses on highly successful young adults. So I want to be able to give copies of the book to young people who may not have the funds right then to purchase the book. So if you would partner with me, I have a Patreon account. You would go to patreon.com/Dr. Naita, and you can partner with me. Whatever amount you can afford would be awesome. $10, $21 will get 3 books, $25 a month. That would be great. Not only would that provide books, but it will help me expand this platform. Did you all see the live on Thursday with Dr. Terry Kincaid? Did you see that when we talked about COVID-19, young adults and college life? Man, that information needs to go to the masses. It needs to be out in the masses. They do. Young people everywhere need to hear that information that was shared by Dr. Major Kincaid. And I need your help. I need your help. So if you would partner with me, that would be so awesome. And maybe you don't want to partner with me monthly, but you want to just send a quick donation of any amount, that would be awesome. You can send it to through my Cash App at Dr. Naita Guin. And, together we will work together and really, really help these young people. My greatest concern is with all these classes being online at the beginning of the fall semester, that by the end of October, the beginning of November, we are going to see a panic across this nation with young people who are overwhelmed by all the coursework and all the rigor and the demand of online courses. I do not believe, especially these college freshmen, I do not believe they are prepared to take 4 and 5 online classes at the same time. And I think we're going to see just an overload at the end of October and beginning of November. And I want to be on the front of this train, trying to help students develop the skills and the strategies they need so that they can be successful the entire semester. All right. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all being here tonight. Please like, please share, please go onto my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and please help me reach out and help students and families across our nation. Thank you. You all have a great night. Take care.